Live from Studio B, high atop Television Hill, it's the Night Talk 2-year anniversary party with Cyril Wecht, Jimmy Crenn, Sophie Maslow, Bruno Sammartino, Jimmy Ecker, Larry Dunn, Peggy Finnegan, David Johnson, Smokey Hines, Johnny Angel, and Jumpin' Johnny DeFazio, among other luminaries gathered here for the 2-year anniversary of the night Night Talk went on the air. A truly historic moment in the history of television, at least television in Pittsburgh, with studios on the north side. And, you know, it's a cable thing. We've been doing it for about 2 years now, and it's called Night Talk. Hi, everybody. I'm John McIntyre, live and in color with Georgie Porgy Parfait on one of the cameras, and I believe Greg Babyface Lascar is on the other handheld camera tonight. Executive producer Scott Jonesy Jones getting jiggy with it on the keyboards. Dan the intern Augustino running pizza around to all of our luminaries. And I'm forgetting somebody. Yes, Tyrone to the Bone is on the audio tonight. And we hope you like it, and we hope you enjoy yourselves. We've got all sorts of fascinating, famous people still coming in the room. Peggy Finnegan and her mother are entering the room right now. Soon you'll actually see Peggy Finnegan's mother. You can't beat that with a stick, can you? Well, there were some horrible childhood stories, but I really don't want to get into them right now. All right, when we come back, we will meet some of the exciting luminaries, and we will play for you a 10-minute highlight zone of incredible clips from the last 2 years of Night Talk. Stay with us. More of Night Talk straight ahead on the Pittsburgh Cable News Channel. Welcome back. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, we are live in Studio B with the Night Talk anniversary party. A number of the guests who've been on the talk show over the last couple of years gathered in here tonight. Many of them Pittsburgh institutions, as we mentioned, the likes of Peggy Finnegan, Bruno Sammartino, Cyril Wecht, Jumpin' Johnny DeFazio is here. There's famed criminal defense attorney Jimmy Ecker. Many, many criminals who may come into your house and rob you tonight are safely on the streets thanks to Jim. We're going to talk to these people live in just a few moments, but first, here is what we call in the Trade A highlight reel of some of the things that have gone on over the past 2 years. I needed my news fix. How sad were the grief-stricken residents sifting through the piles of rubble? Did it look like a war zone out there? Are they picking up the pieces of their shattered lives? I need a whimpering grandma whose trailer was completely, totally, and undeniably destroyed. In a touching tribute to the human spirit, the Salvation Army rescues her and gives her a job annoying people with a bell during the holidays. You just can't get that stuff anywhere but the local news on a severe weather night. But could I see it? No!
Here's John McIntyre.
I asked him whether he and I should volunteer to go to Mars if we get the mission. It'd make a lot of people happy, at least if I went, I think.
I'm also announcing the first official intern in space program. I plan to supervise that myself.
Now, right now, correct me if I'm wrong, you're a CPA for PNC.
Correct.
And you're on PCNC, which
yes.
is the sister station of WPXI.
Yes.
I'm told you used to work for the CIA.
Yes.
Did you ever try LSD? I didn't think so.
No.
With Paul Adamant's GOP congressional candidate in the 4th District, I'm looking over his campaign brochure. You have a small picture of you as a small child, and your, for lack of a better term, your butt crack is showing here, Paul. Does that work to get some votes?
Yeah, my 2-year-old picks up the brochure, he opens it up, and he points and says, "Daddy Bum."
You're on Night Talk for Paul Daddy Bum Adamants. Go ahead. Hey, let's take a tour of the lovely facility, shall we? Somewhere amid these lovely urinals, that man, George Michael, decided to engage in some sort of lewd and lascivious conduct. It hasn't been singled out, but he's now defending himself. You think the Clinton spin machine is having a difficult time. All right, listen to George try to explain that.
I just want to tell my fans, who I feel to some degree...
There's only one thing I don't understand. I don't mind if George wants to go in and do lewd, lascivious things in the park bathroom. But have you noticed this? And Mike, maybe you've noticed this. A lot of people seem to be arrested for lewd and lascivious conduct in park bathrooms. Is there something like romantic or erotic about park bathrooms?
No matter what else happens, I will do right.
You know, last year I gave the interns a private Easter egg hunt, and I even let one lucky intern meet the Easter Billy.
Keeping it real and getting jiggy with it. So,
You're too hip, John.
I am becoming hipper by the moment. I want you to know.
They had 10-year-olds working 60 hours a week in these factories to make this money. You know,
why?
and had to been because they were greedy.
Because Kathy Lee couldn't find them first. That's
No, because they were like, so what?
They'll
so
make fun
what?
of Kathy Lee, but not Michael Jordan.
But Michael Jordan is God. That's why.
I'm not done.
Because he's God.
Come and listen to a story about a man named Ted. Married Hannah Jane, now wishes he was dead. And Jane goes shooting off her mouth. Now old Ted's got to move out of the South. It's Friday. Every time we have Congressman Clink on, my boss walks around the station going, "Congressman Clink!" You know, like the old Hogan's Hero thing. And we don't laugh either.
These stories and more right after one more riveting commentary.
Rivet, rivet. after screwing up the very end of the nightly news with Tom Brokaw.
You know, Tom, at the end of the broadcast, he always says, that's nightly news for this Thursday night.
All right, let's go. We're on Anywhere USA Street. We're on Main Street, USA, ladies and gentlemen, as we try to find out for sure just how popular the Night Talk program is. Let's ring the doorbell, shall we? And you're not going to watch the show, are you? No. All right.
I don't have kids.
Yeah, who does? No, I don't watch it. Never heard of it. You ever heard of this host that they got for the show named John McIntyre? He's fairly much an anonymous drone nothing as far as you're concerned.
Yeah, you want to try my wife? Maybe she has.
I'd like to try your wife, yeah.
Okay. AOA?
Yes, I do know it exists, but I really don't. With the kids, I don't have much time to watch it.
Oh, you kids don't let you watch television? Who's running this house, Elaine? You or the kids?
That's it. You'd wonder. There you go.
If I babysit the kids and get them out of your hair, will you watch the Night Talk program?
Certainly.
I don't believe in soap operas or nothing.
If I get the host of Night Talk to come over here, will you do the Macarena with them?
Move with me, chant with me, and if you're good, I'll take you home with me.
It's a talk show.
It's a talk show?
Yeah, in fact, I can get the host up here. Hey, John.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is the host of the show. Hang on, here he comes.
So how liberal are you?
Oh, I'm very right in the center. No liberal, no conservative. We are dead center.
I see.
I guess there's nothing left to do but just keep rolling along like Old Man River. And in that spirit, I think I'll go out now and get polluted. Have you known people? I hate people with like birds who like let them go out of the cage and fly around the house. And isn't that cute? And you're waiting for the beak to dive bomb into your iris. At least I am. Is that rational? I think that's stupid. When I watch English Parliament on C-SPAN, yeah, like shut up, sit down, make a law. Why were you able to get the job done and Marcia Clark wasn't? Did she just suck, or are you that much better?
No, it's not a question.
And this is the last stop.
This is literally the last stop, and we are the last interview too.
So we're in the final minutes.
This is
an historic moment. Is there anything you'd like to reveal you haven't revealed anywhere else?
I think I've been asked just about every question.
Really?
Yeah.
So if O.J. Simpson called you up and said, you want to have dinner, would you go?
Of course not. And he wouldn't call me up, and I wouldn't take his call.
But is that a question you haven't been asked before?
Yes, that is a question. So you finally thought of one.
Too bad it was a lousy one. The world's very first zipper was built here 100 years ago. It's actually the 100th anniversary of the aforementioned zipper. Also, the world's first McDonald's hamburger. Smell the fat. And Hostess Twinkies with the magical cream filling that Mom loves and the dentists love even more. And the first mail order catalog was born right here in Chicago. The first mail order business, it was Montgomery Ward. Also, drive-in banks. You know where the very first one came from? Could it be Chicago? Yes, isn't that something? And the very first Playboy magazine, right here in Chicago. Are you patterning your entire life after Dennis Rodman, or just the hair?
I didn't get you.
Maybe you can even make him talk like the real Willie. That's even more fun. I hope you have a lot of fun with your Willie. I sure have fun with mine.
Like.
You know, that's the best kiss I've had in decades, Monica, which does not speak well for my personal life.
He's only a year.
Come on.
And these guys can actually live to be 60 to 80 years old.
And how about the... He's broken my Night Talk cup. How about Jim Carrey? Is he... I think I remember him, you guys didn't like his talking butt, and he defends that a lot on talk shows.
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
Right after another scintillating commentary from Mr. McIntyre.
Get ready to be scintillated. I must be a bleeding heart. Break out the bong, sign-carrying, Birkenstock-wearing, wife-sharing, overbearing, let's have sex and to hell with the consequences, give him a hunk of cheese, liberal. So I must be a Reagan-worshipping, minority-shafting, Tribune Review-reading, Limbaugh-loving, prayer-pushing, Hubble-harassing, nudie, kill the tutti-fruities, impeach the president, scumbag, maniacally moralistic conservative? How should we deal with the pervasive insanity in our lives? I intend to stockpile Prozac, Valium, lithium, Ritalin, and some sufficiently groovy herbal medications and spend the rest of my days drooling on myself, muttering to passers-by. Let's take the responsibility and stop blaming everything on the media. We don't have to watch this crap. Take control of your lives before Ken Starr subpoenas you, the president gropes you, your youngest child shoots you, and several former lovers beat the crap out of you live on the Jerry Springer Show.
But let me address the main question which confronts us tonight. A lot of you have been wondering if your president is going to be able to weasel out of another tight spot. Well, let me assure you the White House is on full Houdini alert. I've gotten out of these handcuffs before, and I have yet to drown. Learned that one from Ted Kennedy. And don't you go worrying about Hillary, because if it really bothered her, she'd have been out of here a long time ago. Hell, she likes it. Gives her something to do. A lot more interesting than that health care crap. And you never know what's going to happen next. Well, I've said my piece, so remember, as long as you don't mind being lied to, I'll just keep on doing it. The polls show most of you don't even care if I'm getting a little on the side anyway. And that's why I love the American people. Good night, and God bless the United States of America.
The actual pancakes eaten by JFK Jr. Here is the actual remnants of the egg white omelet actually eaten by JFK Jr. JFK Jr.'s mouth made this imprint in the English muffin. Look, one of his 2 cappuccinos. It drips just like on TV. NightTalk has learned the exclusive details of the motivating force behind William Jefferson Clinton's inability to keep it zipped. You may remember investigative reports from years ago which revealed JFK's cortisone treatments for Addison's disease drove him to fiddle with Faddle, Marilyn, Judy Exner, a German spy, several hookers, and anything that appeared to be female and breathing and attractive enough to avoid being thrown into the leftover pool for a Bobby and a Teddy. Now we can reveal that Bill Clinton was the unwitting victim of his own generosity as he volunteered to be a presidential guinea pig for early trials on a breakthrough drug originally aimed at heart problems. People were worried about their heart shutting off. Who'd have thought the drug would in fact result in a heart on? Yes, Viagra made him do it. The times they are a-changin'. Richard Nixon wanted peace with honor. Bill Clinton settles for just a little peace.
I'm on the AFP merger team.
Back in a moment with live interviews with the movers and shakers of Pittsburgh. If you're not here, you're just not important. News Channel. Hi, everybody. We are back live at the NightTalk 2-year cocktail anniversary party. It's an amazing gathering of all the movers and shakers in Pittsburgh. As one of them just commented to me, if somebody dropped a nuclear bomb right now in this space, it would reduce the number of humans running for county executive by at least half. Look at all this fabulous grub. Where did it come from? Why, the fine folks at Monticello's, who for some reason were conned into giving it to us all free, although I think we're paying some fee of some small sort. But it's wonderful. It's lovely. It's pepperoni pizza. It's all kinds of Italian stuff. It's food at its best. Why, look, a testimonial now from the City Council President Bob O'Connor.
It's great pizza. I'll come on more often. You serve like this.
Where is it from again?
Where?
Yeah.
I don't
even know.
No,
See? Well, I'll tell you. It's from Monticello's. You ever eat at Monticello's?
Yeah, it's a very good restaurant. One of my favorites. It's really good.
Best darn
I
food
didn't know
in
where
town.
you got it.
Yeah.
It's very good.
All right. So are you running for county executive or anything?
Oh, I don't think so right now, but we'll see.
All right.
Put me in a poll.
Are you thinking of like bumping off Murphy, maybe getting rid of him for good and you can move up?
Nah, I hope he gets promoted someday, though. That's an easy way to move up.
All right. And, of all the important people in the room tonight, is there anybody you just can't stand?
No, I like them all.
All right.
I have no enemies.
Thanks, Bob. We'll come back and talk to you later. Here's David Johnson, ladies and gentlemen. One of the very first Night Talk guests back when we couldn't get anybody to be on the damn show and we had to run around the halls and look for anchor people.
That is not true. And remember when I made all those cameos when you didn't want me on?
Yeah, we wanted you on each and every time, and I remember
you're very kind. Very seriously.
Why don't you give some testimony about how the show is more important to your life than anything?
I was going to say that. First of all, it's a great show. You do a great job.
Thank you.
Jonesy does a great job, and you booking all the guests, and this room is a testament to that. I love your commentaries, despite what that woman said the other night.
What was he saying? That was like something that should be on an RX-rated program.
I defended you on my lame little show.
Yeah. No, I like your show. It's a good show. Talkback show.
But yeah, when Chris isn't doing it, I'm filling in. Yeah. The booze, the broads, where are they?
Well, here's one of the broads right here, Ruth Ann Baker, ladies and gentlemen. Finally, some chicks. Hi, Ruth Ann. So, I thought you were going to jump out of the cake. What is this, just like strolling in?
I was late, and the cake, I think Dimitri's already in it.
Oh, I see. Well, you wouldn't want to be anywhere near that cake then, would you? You have to fumigate that baby for a couple of months.
No comment.
So, you look lovely, I must say.
Well, you said it was a party, so I thought all the guys will be in dark suits.
Yeah. You, of course, the columnist for the Pittsburgh Tribune Review.
Yes.
And also, you happen to be married to that guy, Scott Baker, that Channel 4 anchor guy.
Can't get rid of him.
Why isn't he here tonight?
He has an actual job. I don't have a real job, so I'm free to just party.
Yeah.
And I heard this was the hottest party in town.
It is. So look around. Is there anybody in this room that you just can't stand of all these movers and shakers who you wish wasn't here?
I love all of them.
Yeah?
Personally,
Serious?
Yes. Deep, meaningful relationships with everybody here, I'm sure.
Even jumping Johnny DeFazio?
Well, there you go.
How about Cyril Wecht?
I'm dumping you and going over there.
All right, thanks so much, for coming tonight. You know, we wanted to get a hold of Peggy Finnegan because she's got a tight schedule and she's got a mother, and the mother's here in we didn't want to blow the whole thing and, miss the opportunity to talk to them. Hi, Mrs. Are you, what?
I'm Phyllis.
I'm sorry, I started to assume the last name was the same, but I don't know. So, Phyllis, how are you tonight?
Well, I'm fine. I'm just happy to be here. This is a nice break from babysitting, which I've been doing all week.
Does Peggy make you babysit all the time?
I want to, because I don't see them that often.
Is she like getting revenge on you for all the mean things you did to her growing up? Or?
Maybe that is it. I don't know.
Peggy, glad you could make it tonight.
Thank you. Thank you. My 2-year-old told my mom she had to discipline him the other day, and he said, "You go back to Chicago." They thought that was pretty funny.
So listen, your life pretty much revolves around the Night Talk show 24 hours a day, doesn't it?
I love it. You know that. I'm a big fan. I am a big fan.
Those are really nice earrings, by the way.
Thank you.
All right. Hey, look at over here. We have an exciting another Pittsburgh luminary.
Another wonderful mother.
Here is the wonderful Union President Smokey Hines and, of course, the former Mayor Sophie Maslow.
Good. I'm happy to be here. This is some crowd you have, and I congratulate you on your second year, and may you have many more.
Well, we haven't been able to get you come on for a while, Sophie, but now we offer some free pizza and you show up.
That's exactly right. Besides, I'm here to promote a new stadium for ping pong. That's the only thing we don't have.
Well, we got to get it sooner or later. Smokey, are you in for that?
New stadium. I was standing next to this rose. I feel like a thorn next to this rose. I could not criticize the stadium.
In fact, we've been noticing you've been sitting next to her all night, Smokey.
That shows I'm not as dumb as people might think.
Not as dumb as you look. Yeah.
That's right. Absolutely. I'm sitting next to the crowning jewel of this whole crowd right here.
It is really amazing how much she is still one of the more popular political figures anywhere in the region, and yet she has sort of been laying low for a while.
Very little. Only because she's a very nice person, not phony.
My goodness, what a snow job.
She can't do anything for me, so I don't have to snow her.
She can't.
I'm impressed with it all. Thank you, Smokey, very much.
So is there anybody in the room, Sophie, that you'd just like to take out back and beat the crap out of them, some political enemy over the years?
There are many here, but I wouldn't dare mention them. I would be here all night. There are many in here that I've had some knockdown, dragged-out fights with in my time.
Really? You can't mention any of them who you're friends with now?
I wouldn't do it in a million years.
You know who's not going to be here tonight is Mayor Murphy. I couldn't get him to come for some reason. He claimed to have some meeting in Squirrel Hill or something.
Well, I won't shed any tears.
Smokey, why didn't you get some of Pittsburgh's finest to come down here tonight and provide security? We've got a lot of important people here.
We don't need security, not with this group. This is a friendly group.
Yeah, I guess with Jumpin' Johnny DeFazio and Bruno Sammartino here, they could probably get rid of anybody.
Exactly. They could certainly be all the protection you need.
Well, will you guys hang around? We'll come back and talk to you later as well.
No problem.
Thank you very much. Amazing that Smokey, well, more particularly Sophie, actually admitted that there's plenty of people in this room who she's had some nasty, dirty, evil, knockdown, drag-out fights with. Now, we've done the political stuff for a while. Maybe we can get to see Jimmy Krenn, who, of course, is half of the famous morning team for WDVE. By golly, here he is now with his lovely wife, Hetty, and John Fedko, who we'll get to in a minute.
I'll talk to the big man first.
Thanks, John.
His time is valuable. I'm just hanging out here.
Jimmy and Hetty, thanks so much for coming, man. You're the man.
Happy anniversary, John.
So actually, how long has your show been on the air?
It's been over 10 years now.
It's still incredibly popular.
Fortunately, thanks to the people keeping us there. We really appreciate that. But, John, your anniversary meant so much to me because I thought to myself, you know what? I got to go to the wine cellar. I got to get something special for John. And I did. And
you really have a wine cellar?
Well, sort of.
Deep in the basement.
Well, it's actually a crate in the basement. But I thought I had to get the Orange Jubilee Mad Dog 2020
You got
for
me Mad Dog 2020. I grew up on that stuff. How did you know?
It's the July harvest.
Wow. Looks like the urine sample I had to give before I got this job.
I just thought it was the thing to do.
Is that incredible?
And, thanks for inviting us to the party also. I got to meet Bruno, so, life is almost complete.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mad Dog 2020. You just can't beat that. I think that's also available at Monticello's. Did you try some of the fine Monticello's food?
Best pizza in town.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. I love Monticello's.
All right, because every time we say something like that, I think we don't have to pay him as much money for all the food we got.
That's a good move, yeah. It works.
So are you guys going to be appearing anywhere in the near future, or yourself? You're still the big stand-up comic guy in addition to being the radio guy?
We're putting together our charity CD right now for the next couple months, and we'll have that out in October. It's going to be called Almost Live. It'll be a lot of live live cuts from our live shows that Scott and I have done, mostly from the spring shows, and looking forward to that.
So do you mind if I request one of your famous imitations, which happens to be one of my favorites?
Yes. Which one would you
Yes,
like?
you do mind? Or you don't mind?
I don't mind. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm thinking, I forget, I believe it's Wisnowski. I forget the actual name of the character, but your typical Pittsburgh guy reacting to some of the people in this room.
Well, the thing that influenced me tonight was my heroes here, Sophie Maslow. So Stanley Pikachowski is the one character that you were thinking of, but the one I guess was on my mind the whole time you're saying your request was
Sophie Maslow is here. I love that lady. She looked. Thank you very much.
Wait a minute, can we get you to do that maybe with her? Sure. Right, yeah, let's go over to Sophie and see if Jimmy Crenn can do the imitation. Sophie, do you mind if Jimmy Crenn here does an imitation of you, and let's see how much it sounds by the real thing, you know?
Everybody does an imitation of me, and the cartoonists have a wonderful time with the hairdo and all. I was telling Sophie how much I love her. I just want to say you are the greatest, and thank you very much.
Now, how would you rate that?
Well, in a list of 10, I'd say about 1.
All right. Well, he'll work on it. Sophie, thanks a lot. I believe, Jonesy, is it time to go to break? Yes, it is. Let's go to break, and we'll be back with more Pittsburgh luminaries, movers and shakers, big shots, muckety mucks, and a few scum of the earth as well on the Night Talk 2-year anniversary party.
Night Talk is sponsored in part by Allegheny Physical Medicine PC, where touch and technology meet.
Two of the legendary wrestlers in the Pittsburgh area, Jump and Johnny DeFazio and Bruno Sammartino. Will they recreate the magic in the ring right now? Probably not, but maybe we can goad him into it later. Back live at the Night Talk 2-year anniversary party. Executive producer Scott Jonesy Jones punching the buttons, giving you the pretty pictures you see on television. Georgie Porgy Parfait pointing the camera at me right now. But when it comes to wrestlers, there's really somebody much better than either Jumpin' Johnny DeFazio or Bruno Sammartino. It would be, of course, the famous Dunn and Cranmer wrestling matches that have been so fabled in the Pittsburgh area in recent times. Here then would be the best wrestler, in my view, in town, because he knows how to get somebody in a corner and take them down. We were just talking about the wrestlers a minute ago, Larry. Jumpin' Johnny and Bruno.
They're the greatest. They really were.
Those are nothing compared to your matches with Cranmer. You guys are more fun to watch these days.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm just doing the best I can, John. And I always like to be on your show, though, because
we'd like to have you.
It's interesting. You know, it really is. And you know the topic, and you know what's going on. And, you know, you ask the tough questions, but
I have no idea what's going on.
I enjoy it, you know.
So you're going to run for county executive. You got a tough job trying to pull this out. There might be about 24 candidates on the Republican side, right?
Well, that's true, but I think the more the merrier, because I think I'm the only candidate who's against Plan B. Everybody else who's running is for Plan B. Everybody else who's running is sort of fits the same mold. Yeah. And I'm the only one who really is concerned about the citizens of the county. So I think
I don't give a good crap about him, for example.
I know you don't.
So is there anybody in this room who you just can't stand, who you'd like to take out back, even worse than Cranmer, and beat the stuffings out of him?
They're all nice people here. Yeah. I think 99% of the people in politics are good people, and it's just a very few that might be some problem.
You think we'd ever be able to get you and Bob to come on the show at the same time?
I'll be happy to. I'll come on tomorrow night.
How about, would you wrestle him?
No, I wouldn't wrestle him. I wouldn't wrestle him, but I'll come on and talk.
How about a game of tiddlywinks? Would you challenge him to a game of tiddlywinks?
I'll be happy to talk about the issues with him.
Okay.
I'll be happy to anytime, John. You know that.
Well, listen, you're doing a hell of a job, or else you're not, depending on who's right. But I'm really glad you came down to the program because you're a great guest.
John, I wish you the very best. Congratulations on 2, and I wish you many, many more.
And will you come back and see us sometime in the next
I most certainly will. I'll be very happy to.
DeWitta's on tomorrow night. Is there anything we should be asking him?
Oh, I think you know what to ask him. You know what to ask him. He'll be fine.
Thanks so much. Larry Dunn, ladies and gentlemen. Could be the next county executive. Could just be some idiot drooling in the street. Who knows? Politics is tough to predict. Hey, we're here with the wrestlers, and I'm asking the camera guys to do an incredible job, and they are. Bruno Sammartino and Jump and Johnny DeFazio. Gentlemen, face the camera, would you, Jump and Johnny?
How you doing?
Hey, give us a jump for us.
I can't jump.
You can't jump? Watch one little jump?
I could jump, but I don't want to go too higher.
All right. And Bruno, any chance you could feel like taking on this guy right now, right here?
Well, you know what? I used to be 270 in my heyday, but right now standing next to Johnny, I just told him he must be powerlifting because he looks great, but he looks big, whereas I'm lean now, 215, where Johnny's about what, 240, John?
Yeah, about 240, 215.
Johnny's
What do you think, it's all muscle, or has he just been hitting too many of the big Macs?
All muscle.
No doubt, all muscle. Johnny always kept himself in good shape.
Bruno, what do you think Johnny's got in those secret glasses of his? It's like some sort of decoder ring thing with the aliens. I can't figure it out. I mean, it's transmitting somewhere. It's like its own television station.
Not Johnny, not Johnny. These are just fancy glasses, that's all.
Bill Cardell started these Channel 11 glasses.
Oh, no kidding?
Yeah.
I bought it. Now, so do you guys miss the old days? Do you wish that you were retired, Bruno, and that you weren't in union politics, Johnny, but in fact you were still in there wrestling?
Oh, once in a while you think like that. But Bruno, you got to remember, when Bruno was wrestling, he was the #1 paid athlete in the world. Boxing, wrestling, basketball. When Bruno was his heyday.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
but,
I bet you could still take anybody in the room, I think.
I don't know about that, but we do. You know, we have to stay in shape. When you were an athlete, and if you don't, you've had injuries and whatever, everything stiffens up, and then you're in trouble. So you have to work out. I work out
that
every
can happen if you're the president, too. You know, you get in trouble for that.
The only one he couldn't take is Jimmy Eckert.
Yeah, Jimmy Eckert might kick his butt. And I think Cyril Weck might give him a good run for his money, too.
John, can I tell you that that this is a great party here tonight, and I'll tell you, I want to congratulate you because doing this every single day, I don't know how you do it. I don't know about getting old. I watch you and I say, man, I couldn't do that in a million years. That's a tough job.
Well,
no, really, do
I put you on for an hour, the phone lines light up, and I go to sleep.
Yeah, right. No, it's one night, it's great, but to do it every day, I don't know how you do it. But it's a great show.
All right.
Everybody talks about it, really.
Do they really?
Everybody, everywhere I go, it seems like the whole world watches the show. I've had phone calls. I went out a little bit later. He says, geez, I saw you on John McIntyre. Seems like everybody watches your show.
Yeah,
Very
keep
popular.
going. We got a promo going here. Keep talking. Johnny, your life revolves around Night Talk, doesn't it?
Well, I'll tell you the truth. We talked to a lot of people, and here's the way they tell you.
Yeah.
They said, I caught you on Night Talk. I was flipping the channels and caught you. They never said they put it on. They always flip them, but they always say it.
That's the problem, because, you know, we're just a young cable station.
No, but
we can't compete with the big boys yet.
No, I don't know. Like Bruno said, that they seem to watch it, though. They do. Yeah.
Well, thanks for telling the truth. We prefer Bruno's pure BS to your moderately accurate information.
You repeat it a couple times, too. Like
That's right.
So, you know, you get that 2 or 3 shots compared to someone else's 1 shot.
Absolutely. And I think I'm going to go take 2 or 3 shots right now. Thanks so much, you guys. We'll come back and see you later. Again, I think it's break time, Jonesy? No, it isn't break time. So we can have, well, you know, why don't we talk to Johnny's brother, Mr. Pete DeFazio.
How you doing?
Also happens to be the sheriff of Allegheny County.
Yeah, I got to get a hold of your man, Jonesy. I want to get a list of all the attendees here because I cross-file with the warrants. We have a warrant for 1 or 2 of these people here.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, we never know.
That's a trend in law enforcement these days, isn't it? You show up at like some sort of gala affair and then bust their butts but good.
Yeah, we grabbed the guy doing that with selling Super Bowl tickets and playoff game tickets.
Remind us that, yeah. What was happening with that?
Well, yeah, he was in the front of the Post-Gazette paper with all these fanned out these tickets at a championship game, and what did our guy say? I said, check this against the warrant list. I said, well, we had a warrant on, moved on, snatched and bang, it was it.
Does that give you the most pleasure in life to find somebody who looks happy in some picture and make the rest of their life miserable by putting them in jail?
Oh, yeah, especially when they're trying to get over on the public, you know.
Exactly.
A ticket $75 and he's selling for $500 a piece. You know there's a gimmick there somewhere, but
can't believe that.
But well, we do our job.
So when you guys were brothers and when you were little, did you and Jumpin' Johnny wrestle around the house?
No, I couldn't jump like he did.
You couldn't do that?
No, I couldn't do that.
So could he kick your butt, pretty much?
Well, I don't, yeah.
Is that why you learned to fire a gun and became sheriff, just to get back at him?
But the reason why I became sheriff, I needed a gun because I needed one with him.
Right.
So, you know.
All right. Listen, Pete, thanks so much for coming down.
Thank you.
And don't leave.
No, I'm not.
Hang around. We have much more fun.
We're going to check that warrant list. I may get 1 or 2 warrants out of here. You know, we cleared over 3,000 warrants already. I may get a couple out here tonight. You never know.
Pistol Pete works the crowd. If you ask me, Don Walco looks suspicious. We'll find out if he's the criminal that he looks like when we come back on the Night Talk 2-year anniversary cocktail party in a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 of the original Night Talk guests and raconteurs and guys that spend a lot of time in bars drinking tonight, Jimmy Ecker and Cyril Wecht, as we continue our anniversary show here live in Studio B. Here is the very first guest we had on Night Talk, and a face that should be very familiar to many of you who watched Channel 11 over the years, Don Riggs. Unfortunately, the reason Don was the first guest is that he is an expert pilot, among other things, and Clancy Spiel, as you remember, went into the drink a couple of years ago at the regatta, and Don was talking to us about that. But aside from that sadness, Don, it was great to have you as the first guest on the show.
Yeah, I'm old. You'd realize that, John.
I did not know that.
Yeah. No, that's right. As it turned out, I was, and I'm glad you invited me. In fact, I'm glad Barish invited me.
Yeah, that's our boss here. Yeah. Why is that?
Because what I said that night, I'm not giving myself credit, but needed to be said about Clancy. And you invited me, and I appreciate that.
Now listen, earlier we showed a clip with Willie the Duck because you gave me, lent me one night, a copy of the Willie the Duck puppet, and we had some fun with that. So you can still talk, Duck.
Can you hide your eyes a minute so we can pretend? Okay.
Yeah.
Willie, how are you?
Terrible.
What's the matter with you?
That's my voice.
Your voice. Clear your throat. Now, why are you talking so funny?
The teeth.
The what?
The teeth.
The teeth?
Yeah.
You mean you got false teeth?
No, you do.
Did the Disney people ever call you for copyright infringement or anything, Don?
No. In the 6th grade of Hebron School in Hebron, Ohio, near Buckeye Lake, Donald Duck just came on the scene, and everybody in the 6th grade could do Donald Duck. When we had our 50th reunion a couple of years ago, we're all talking to each other.
Well, Don, thanks so much for coming down tonight. We really appreciate it. It's an honor to have you. Don Riggs, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go to these raconteurs who, as we mentioned, probably spend a lot of time getting wasted together. Cyril's yapping, and isn't that a surprise?
We couldn't get the hell out of it, you know. Nice little Jewish kids from down Lower Hill. And they were threatening us, that's right. If we wanted to get home safely, that's right. So they beat us up. That was
all right, what do you guys, Jimmy and Cyril, let me talk to you guys for just a second. What are you guys talking about here?
I can't get a word in edgewise, so. We're talking about all the... I played ball with
Bobby Del Greco,
father, who really was, as you know, was a Pittsburgh Pirate, and also Tony Barterone, who became a Pittsburgh Pirate. Did Budweiser become? No. He was in the minor leagues though for a while. Yes. He was a minor leaguer. So they really had a great team.
John Delano and Bobby Del Greco. Has Cyril allowed anybody to say a word tonight?
Ecker gets a word in every so often. He really does get a word in.
Bobby, do you get to talk?
From time to time. From time to time.
Right, but Jim, you're bored out of your mind because Cyril won't shut up.
No, I love him. I love to listen to him.
Here to listen, John.
He's the biggest power in the city of Pittsburgh, in this country.
You know, I had 2 consultants on the show last
night. In Allegheny County, John.
And they said if you run, it's all over for county executive. Everybody might as well go home, Cyril.
What's the word, Cyril?
No, I said that. I don't know. Should I have said that, Cyril?
That was very gracious of John. He probably says that about all his friends, depending on where he is. No announcements are forthcoming this evening.
All right. So, are you carrying any body parts with you or anything?
Unless Jimmy gives me a big check with 6 figures as a kickoff to a campaign, that's a different story.
Do you realize that there are many criminals who are walking the streets tonight who may attack us in our sleep thanks to this man?
Thank you very much, John. That's very kind. Thanks to him, too. Bobby, too.
Well, thanks to Bobby, too.
Oh, thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Job.
Sorry, I didn't mean to exclude you from this.
Job's well done. Thank you. Thank you.
You know, prior to reading today about Johnny Cochran's lawsuit being thrown out, I would have said that was the basis for a hell of a defamation action. But you saw that they threw out Cochran's action. Somebody called him some unethical liar. Right. This is the kind of stuff that news media people like McIntyre get away with. John did that out there working hard in the vineyards, honorable people, school teachers, lawyers, doctors, political analysts, and so on. And these news media people, right? They take digs, innuendos, defamation, right? It's terrible. It really slurs. Do you think they could make a living honestly? Do you think so?
By the way, whatever happened to that missing heart, you know, that mysteriously disappeared? No, all right, I'll let you go on that one. Thanks, you guys. Here is Al Fondy, Teachers Union President Extraordinaire. Al, how the hell are you?
You're no better with a lot of people than you are with a few, I guess.
Well, you got me there, but it's darn glad that you showed up tonight.
Oh, it was nice of you to invite me. I appreciate it.
So, are you guys going to, the public schools going to rise again? You're going to answer all your critics?
They haven't fallen. They're going to get better than they are now, even. That's right.
All right, I'm sorry, what was that, Jonesy? All right, one more guest after you. Al, we're out of time for you, man.
Okay, that's fine.
Will you hang around, though, anyway?
Well, till the end of the program, yeah.
All right, go. Here's Tim Stevens, the president of the NAACP in Pittsburgh. How you doing, man?
Good.
So you look good.
Well, I'm trying to do my best. I was trying to see who talks more, Cyril Weck or Tim Stevens. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I think Cyril.
I think Cyril, too, because I think you let people get in a word edgewise occasionally. So, you know, one thing I've never been able to get you to do is come down here and sing on the program.
Well, we'll have to get a couple couple of musicians.
But you actually do this at jazz clubs, don't you?
Absolutely. We'll be at James Street on August 22nd, Saturday night. And I'll be at the Crawford Grill on the 29th and 30th of this month.
I'll be at the No-Tell Motel in about 2.5 hours. So
we always have a good time.
Can you hum a few bars or anything now?
Well, we'll hum when we come back.
All right, I guess
we'll bring a couple musicians and.
All right, you don't want to do any a cappella stuff. That's annoying, isn't it?
I can do that, but there's a lot of we got politicians back here, and politicians and music don't quite go well. They got all these.
I'm trying to get him to sing. Trying to get the guy to sing. Should he sing us into the break if we can get him to do it, Jonesy?
My line, Tim.
Yeah, give your line.
If I could talk like him, I'd be governor.
Can you sing like him?
All right. If I could sing, I'd be president.
We're going to take a break right now and come back with Valerie McDonald and other Pittsburgh luminaries in the Night Talk anniversary party. Stay with us.
All you kids.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back every year covered with all simple life. Vinny, you're the rock point. A lot of rock and roll heads here, Vinny.
Bruno Martino's here. He's a rocker. He's the original rocker, and Johnny is here tonight.
Okay, so you have a great. I can go pick it up again.
Congratulations to you and Scott and everyone here on the Night Talk team. 2 years killing.
And you watch every frickin' night?
As much as I can.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Yeah. Thanks, Vinny. And here, ladies and gentlemen, is Burton Morris, who is an incredible artist from Pittsburgh who we've had in the show. Also designs killer ties like this one. I assume this is one of yours.
Yes, it is. Nice tie you're wearing,
Thank you very much. I actually have one of his ties. I didn't wear it tonight. It doesn't go with the shirt. The other one was dirty. It's a long story.
Happy anniversary to you.
Thank you very much.
Nice party you're having. Thanks for inviting us.
Any of these people here really annoying you?
No. Good politicians, good mix of artists, musicians. I like it. It's very fun.
So, but it's not really kind of an artsy thing, is it?
Well, look at the styles we have here. I mean, good mixes of ties and colors. I like it a lot, actually.
All right. Well, listen, Burton, will you come back on the show sometime and show us some more of your incredible art?
Sure. Thanks.
Including the ties. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Well, get them at a tie store near you. All right. We got to get some of these council people we haven't talked to yet. The prettiest woman in the room, the lovely and talented Valerie McDonald.
Hi, John.
So how you doing?
I'm just fine.
You've been on the Night Talk show several times.
Well, you snookered me on it several times.
And you're one of our favorite guests.
Well, thank you very much.
Now, somebody we don't like particularly is Danny Honorado, and he joins us here.
Love fest.
John, you know how I like cameras.
Yeah.
We have them on the streets. And
Thanks for dressing up, by the way.
Well, you know what? Your producer told me it was a picnic.
Yeah. It's a picnic channel.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not. You still have to dress up.
There's shrimp. There's just pizza there. Thank you for that, though.
Absolutely. And wait a minute, Councilman Hertzberg is here as well. Yes, we'll get you in a minute. Walco's over here sweating because we haven't got him on yet.
Get out of here, Dawn. You go on in, Dawn. Get going in.
You guys got almost a quorum here. You getting any business done with Bobby and Valerie and Dan?
Yeah, we got the budget solved for next year. You heard there's some problems with.
I did hear that.
There aren't any problems. You got it straightened out.
Why couldn't Murphy make it tonight? What do you suppose he's up to?
I don't know, but we're happy to be here and we've got all the problems resolved. I
think the mayor should have made it. Why?
Because O'Connor told him it's tomorrow night.
A likely story. All right, Representative Don Walco, who's been on our show way too many times.
I think you should have gotten the pizza from my pizza shop.
Are you going to plug the place you get your haircut on East Ohio Street like you always do?
My barber's son actually works at Pasta 2. It's great pizza.
It's not as good as Monticello's, though.
Well, I haven't eaten that yet tonight. But I have no further comment. You know how I am. I'm reticent.
Thank God. Here's Dennis Casey, a political consultant. What do you think of the speech he just gave?
I think that this whole group could be reelected or jailed, one or the other. You know, and we were discussing that right now.
You know, so the other night, the other political consultants we have in the show were saying Cyril's a shoo-in for county executive if he runs. What do you think?
Cyril who?
Dennis Casey, ladies and gentlemen. He'll be here all week. Now, the man who is dressed the most dapper of all the individuals here, without question, is Mr. Pinstripes. We're waiting still for him to pull out the Tommy gun and go and rat-tat-tat-tat-tat.
John, I was talking with the UFO expert. He gravitated right over here.
Yeah.
He saw this suit and...
Tom Flaherty, I should say, the city controller, by the way. Never introduced him.
And you're always talking about my stripes, so since this was the second anniversary, and you're going to be Hugh Hefner tonight, I thought I would dress for the occasion.
I was going to be Hugh Hefner and wear like a bathrobe and walk around and talk to babes, and we couldn't find any babes except for Valerie McDonald and Ruth Ann Baker, and they didn't want to dress in the scantily clad outfits that we had in mind.
And that's a criticism I've heard here tonight, John. You have to have more women on in the future. A few of them said, look around this room, all these men, you know. just like Koppel on Nightline, you know, always accused of having all men, and so
that's a good point.
So that's something to look.
So would you personally like us to have more women, or would you prefer?
Sure. I mean, I'm sick of seeing Don Walco, my good buddy.
Yeah, me too. Now, is there anybody in this room you just can't stand and you just like to slap him?
No, absolutely not. Where is Senator Hart? No, she's right.
All right, we'll find her. If we can find her, we'll bring her back to her and you can slap her. This is Stan Gordon, the UFO guy. He sees UFOs, they come down in his yard, and he gets weird. Stan?
Hi, John. How are you
Did
tonight?
you spot any UFOs lately?
No, but we've been getting a lot of calls from people who say they have.
Really? So as long as there's a lot of netballs in the earth, you're in business?
Well, there's a lot of responsible people out there seeing them, too.
Okay, well, thanks. Will you come back on the show sometime?
Sure, John. Appreciate it.
We still have a lot of holes to fill, you know. Okay. Here would be Colin McNichol of the Pittsburgh Tribune-Review. Wrote an interesting column about the other day about Bob Cranmer's office and firing a communications director and putting the fixing with those Braybender people. And
well, give us a nice plug for our new weekly column, McNichol at Large.
McNichol at Large, when does that start?
Every Tuesday, beginning this coming Tuesday.
All right, is that going to be any good?
It's going to be excellent.
Really?
Far better than anything in the Post-Gazette, obviously.
I think Tony Norman of the Post-Gazette just walked in. You guys can arm wrestle. And who are you, lady?
She's with Colin.
All right. She's apparently with Colin. We don't know anymore. I think her name is Soon Yi. Jeff Habay, how are you?
Good. I'm doing well, John. Thanks for the invite tonight.
You look good. So you're running for re-election, but your opponent's ready to drop out or something?
That's what we hear. That's what we hear. He hasn't really been doing too much. We're out door to door in Shaler today, and we just really haven't seen him.
And does anybody care? I mean, you're going to say I'm too busy for politics and I don't care about.
No, he's very good about it. I was invited in, had a few iced teas today, had a great time today.
All right, you're going to win hands down. Here's a guy who's got a long uphill battle, Bill Ravati, running against Congressman Bill Coyne. I always know I'm having a bad hair day if I start to look like Bill Coyne.
So you compare yourself to my hair, right?
No, your hair is fine.
I can't tell you. Anyway, a lot of people, the ones who care when you go door to door, the dogs. We'll tell you the dogs that run up to you door to door, the ones that are excited right now about these campaigns.
All right, you got any chance of winning?
Sure we do. In fact.
Yeah, that's the spirit. Hey, John Angel is here. Johnny,
good to see you again.
Give me a all right, are you going to be playing anywhere soon?
Yes, in fact, this whole weekend is a busy weekend, and Porkstock is coming up next weekend.
Porkstock with Porky Chedwick.
That's right. And tomorrow we're in Steubenville High at the Regatta and playing quite a bit.
All right, and this is relationships expert Seal Fichter, who's trying to counsel congressional candidate Ravati because he's such a loser and he can't find a date.
No. What we're trying to do is get him to put the same focus into his relationships as he is into the campaign, and he'll win both. And then he's going to win both.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's the whole
Well, he lost
idea.
the last campaign big time, though. Is that why he doesn't have any women? Is that what you're saying?
Because maybe he wasn't focused.
I tell you
That's
what,
the whole idea.
now Coyne's using taxpayer dollars to campaign against me, so I think somebody's a little bit worried about us this time.
That bastard. All right, no, we're just joking, Congressman Coyne, and we'll have you back in the show, and we'll have everybody back in the show, and we're all one big happy family. I'll tell you what, why don't we go to a break? We'll have a brief final word at the end from the Night Talk Cocktail Party 2-year anniversary affair. Stay with us. Back live in the remaining moments of the Night Talk Cocktail Party. Vic Volchek, head of the ACLU, is here. Why don't you go sue somebody?
Well, I just want to say that you have a great show. I mean, this is probably the best talk show in Pittsburgh.
Do we pay a lot of money or get you drunk to say that, or what?
I think it's time for a serious moment. You've been joking all night. I just really think that of all the shows in Pittsburgh, this is one that really explores the issues in depth and does it in a humorous way, but, it's a real tribute to you, and I think you're a real asset to Pittsburgh.
A real, what was that?
An asset.
Okay, that's what I thought you said. All right, Vic, thanks so much. That was really nice. I can't believe it. A moment of actual sincerity on Night Talk. It's a flippin' miracle. Well, I believe we're out of time. Thanks to Dan the intern, Agostino, Georgie Porgy Parfait, Greg Babyface Lascar, and all of the luminaries here tonight. Executive producer Scott Jonesy Jones, and of course Tyrone getting jiggy with it on the audio board. Hope to see you tomorrow night when we have one of the county commissioners, one of the animals at the zoo. It's Mike DeWita. That's it. Have a great evening, everyone, and we'll see you next year.